Hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for the Miles Franklin channel, and a quick video about some of the latest developments of the world moving away from the dollar and dollar infrastructure. This morning, interesting story: Qatar to leave OPEC as cartel pressured to cut production. Qatar said it plans to leave the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, a surprise decision for a member that has long played a key role inside the cartel, but has more recently clashed with Saudi Arabia. Again, we've seen earlier this year China developing a PetroYuan, a lot of move away from that PetroDollar infrastructure, which is interesting because I remembered years ago, even when I was first getting into Austrian economics back in 2009, 10, 11, and wondering what would ultimately be the spark that changes these things. Certainly it could be a lot of things, although one thing that did pop into my head was what happens if OPEC decides to stop taking dollars, and given the way that the petrodollar system has propped up a lot of the dollar as the world's reserve currency. Again, it's fascinating just to see the way these things are developing and how no one in the US seems to be noticing or carrying it, at least on a governmental level. Yet again, we have PetroYuans, we have Qatar saying they may leave OPEC. Over in Russia, a story on GATA this morning, Russia nudges Indian policymakers to move away from the dollar. We go down here a little bit. Two of Russia's top economic advisors met with some Indian economic advisors to discuss how to de-dollarize the world economy. So again, you see, I know people are waiting for the gold and silver prices to move and frustrated that they have not yet, but when you look at all of the reasons why you've invested in gold and silver, why they will necessarily have to rise in price, again, here you see it. Russia has sold their treasuries earlier this year. Now it looks like they've done arrangements with China and others to make trade outside of the dollar. Now it looks like they're getting India on board. And interesting, this was from last week, but here's Ray Dalio, who also has been investing in gold. And again, I mention this because now we have even mainstream US investors talking about parallels to the 1930s, seeing the debt bubbles, seeing where this is going and how it will ultimately have to play out. So again, I understand it's tricky because if you've sat there owning gold and silver and have been waiting for that to happen, which it has not yet. But when you look at the developments of why people are going to gold and silver, why the prices would go up, and seeing that people are leaving the dollar and realizing the problems that are going on, again, here is the latest evidence. So I would say stay strong with your trade. The facts are supporting what you're doing. Again, sometimes these things just happen when they do. So hit the subscribe button. I'll keep you posted on what's going on. Fascinating times, and thanks again for watching.